Welcome to another video. In this video, I'm going to cover math measurement. And the objective from this video is to be able to convert between different units in order to calculate the correct dose of medication for a patient. So this video is very important for those who are studying to become a pharmacy technician or those who are in their first year of pharmacy school. So starting with the liquid volumes. So in liquid volumes, there are different units. So starting with the teaspoon, 1 teaspoon is basically equal to 5 milliliters. So 1 teaspoon is basically 5 milliliters. And 1 tablespoon is basically equal to 3 teaspoons, which is 3 multiplied by 5 milliliters equal to 15 milliliters. So now moving from teaspoon, tablespoon, all the way to liters. 1 liters is equal to 10 deciliters. And 10 deciliters or 1 liter is also equal to 1000 milliliters. So knowing that 10 deciliter is equal to 1000 milliliter, therefore 1 deciliter is actually equal to 100 milliliters. Basically taking a 0 from each side. So another unit for liquid volume is fluid ounces. And fluid ounces is basically equal to the actual volume for it is 29.57 milliliter. So to make math easier for students and those who are calculating the dosage, there is also, in addition to the actual, so this is the actual, there is also an approximate, which is 30 milliliter in this case. And this is just to make it easier because it's easier to remember 30 in comparison to 29.57. So either one of them should be okay when you're calculating a dose. So this is an approximate. So moving from fluid ounces all the way to cup. So to remember a cup to pints to quart to gallon, there is actually a conversion between these four. So for those who are actually starting to convert between these different units, it's not going to be easy to remember them right away. It takes some practice. So knowing the conversion between them, it's actually going to make it easier if you couldn't remember or recall any of these units during exam or a test. So starting with a gallon, 1 gallon is basically equal to 4 quarts. And 1 quart is actually equal to 2 pints. And 1 pint is actually equal to 2 cups. And 1 cup is actually equal to 8 fluid ounces. And because we have an actual and an approximate, it's going to happen to each one of them as well. We're going to have an actual and an approximate for each one of these unit measurement as well. So here for 1 cup, 8 fluid ounces. So if you multiply 8 by 29.57 or 8 by 30 ml, we should get, 8 fluid ounces. So let's do this. If you multiply 8 by 29.57 milliliter, this is going to equal to 236.56 milliliter. And if we multiply 30 by 8, so this is 8 fluid ounces multiplied by 30 ml, we should get 240 milliliter, and this is the approximate. So now we know what is 1 cup. So if we know that 1 pint is equal to 2 cups, basically what we need to do is multiplying 2 by this and 2 by this volume. So this is the actual, this is the approximate. So if I multiply 2 by 236.56 milliliter, so this is going to end up with 473 milliliter. And if I multiply 2 by 240 milliliter, this is going to result with 480 milliliters. And this is approximate. All right. So now moving to quarts. So we know that 1 quart is actually also equal to 2 pints. So what we need to do is basically multiplying this value and this value by 2. So 2 times 473 milliliters, this is going to equal to 946 milliliters. And if I multiply 2 times 480 milliliters, this is going to result with 960 milliliters. And this is the approximate. So now moving all the way to gallon, and we know that 1 gallon is equal to 4 quarts. Therefore, what we need to do is multiplying 4 by the actual 1 quart or the approximate 1 quart. Whichever volume you want to use, we just need to multiply it by 4. So 4 times 946 milliliter, this is going to result with 3,785 milliliters. Or if we multiply 4 times 960 milliliter, this is going to result with 3,840 milliliters. And this is approximate. So just knowing the conversion between cups to pints to quart to gallon, it's going to make it easier if you couldn't recall one of these values during a test. So knowing that 1 gallon is equal to 4 quarts, 1 quart is equal to 2 pints, 1 pint is equal to 2 cups, and 1 cup is equal to 8 fluid ounces, it's going to make it easier. And the way I keep this in my brain is that I think of it as 4, 2, 2, 1. So this is easier for me. There's 4 quarts, 2 pints, 2 cups, and then 1 cup down there. So now moving from liquid all the way to solid weight. So in solid weight, there are also several units. So starting with kilogram. 1 kilogram is equal to 1,000 gram. And also it's equal to 2.2 pound. So some patient may come in pound weight, and you want to convert them to kilogram in order to dose their medication. So this is the conversion. 1 kilogram equal to 2.2 pound. 1 gram is equal to 1,000 milligram. And 1 milligram is equal to 1,000 microgram. So knowing that 1 kilogram is equal to 1,000 gram, we can actually make this easier between kilogram to microgram, or kilogram to gram to milligram to microgram. There is a difference of 1,000s in between them. So this is an easier to keep it in your mind, that there is 1,000 difference between each conversion. So now moving to ounces, and I want to make sure that ounces in weight is actually different than the liquid, because this is based on grams and this is based on milliliters. So keep that in mind, as these two units, they're not the same thing. So 1 ounce is actually equal to 28.4 gram. And moving to pound. So 1 pound in grams, the way I think about it is 2 4s and there is a 5 in between them. So 1 pound is equal to 454 gram. So moving from pound to grain. So grain is actually not that much used in pharmacy. I actually haven't seen it so far. The only time that I saw grains when I was studying for my pharmacy technician license and when I was actually in first year in pharmacy school. Other than that, I've never seen it in actual pharmacy when I'm actually making medication for a patient. So just be aware of it, as it may show up on an exam or a test. And the story behind the grain actually goes back to 1266. And this is when the King Henry III in England, what he's trying to do is he was trying to make the 1 penny English equal to 32 dried grains of wheat. And this is where they came up with the grain dosage unit. So 1 grain is actually equal to 64.8 milligram. And this is the actual weight for it. And the approximate is 65 milligram. And this is approximate. So now moving from solid weight all the way to the height. So in height we have inches and meters. So 1 inch is actually equal to 2.54 centimeters. And 1 meters is actually equal to 100 centimeters. So keeping all these units in mind, it's going to make it easier for you to make your math problem faster and to come up with the right dosage of medication for your patients. So this is the end of this video. If you have any comment or question, please leave them in the box below. And thank you for watching.